Hi everybody, Black Pixie back with another video on Barbara Wrights, and I wanted to talk about this economic situation that this COVID-19 is creating. What I see is this: it's another 2008 situation when the stock market crashed and the banks were all bailed out. Some fell, but all the major banks, these private major banks, were bailed out in trillions of dollars. I heard it was a $4 trillion. All the banks was bailed out, and now we see exactly what 12 years later. Exactly 12 years later. Though though the stock market is crashing, it's not crashing like it did in 2008. Because 2008, everything fell down into single digits for these companies. So a lot of people who had money in their 401ks and pensions and whatever else lost their money. 12 years later, 401ks lost their money again. Pensions, however, didn't lose their money, but they did lose their money with that first crash. I think like 2017, 18, the pensions lost their money, and now in 2020, it's the 401ks that lost their money, that lose all their money. So with all that said, in 2020, with this stock market crash not as severe, because I have stocks and my stocks haven't crashed to the point where I'm losing money, because it hasn't gone under what I bought the stocks for. So I still, even though it fell all the way down, I still got it's still $20 more than what I paid for it. So, and I did that so I can see how the stock market crashed. Because in 2016 or 13, 16, 13, 13, I got online and I had cable TV at the time, and I watched stock market all day. I forgot what it was called, the stock market come all day long. I watched it all day long for a whole year, paid attention, took notes, created an account with Scottrade, which has since been bought out by Ameritrade, and I played with little penny stocks there to learn it. And after about a year or two, I understood it enough, and I bought one stock, and I kept that stock just to see how it would be 5 years later. And 5 years later, that stock is doing well. It has done well. It hit almost $100, and then it fell back, but it hasn't even fallen to where I bought it. So that's a human experience that I wanted to experience the stock market, but I don't want to get into where I'm losing my shirt. Because I just had like $400 for my income tax back then. I just put $400 in there, $300, whichever it was, and I just played around with it until it didn't. And then after a year, with whatever left with losing money, with this your craziness of they changing the name of different stocks, And instead of Scottrade paying it, they charging me $30 because the company changed the name. I sell all the stuff. I said that's crazy. I said it's not funny no more. So that just get rid of all of it, everything. And then I went and bought this one stocking cap because it's plain crazy. I just could not believe that you charging me $30 for a company who changing their name. What I got to do with me? But anyway, Ameritrade bought them out. Whatever. But anyway, that's just experience for me to learn the stock market. So, with all that said, 12 years later, we have the COVID-19 pandemic, which is another big stock market crashing event. And what is happening now? Banks again are being paid out, bailed out, and this is a pharmaceutical. Like in 2008, it was drop my fan. Okay, so in 2008, it was a mortgage company bubble, and now I think it's mortgage company, insurance company, and it was most of the mortgage company, because when I bought my house, I did not suffer that fate, because unlike most people, I read my contract, and when they put in that contract what they call it was the rate changes. I saw that. I'm like, nah, no, 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 no. I want a fixed rate. So, because I stood my ground, had my closing money in my hand, and I wasn't leaving until they changed that contract. So, what did they do? They tore that up, went back, had the mortgage company rewrite the contract. Me and my husband sat there. I read the whole contract, look at certain thing, and it said fixed rate. That's how I survived the 2008 housing bubble thing, because even though we were new homeowners, we had already bought a house, they had a balloon payment, and we lost our house because we didn't understand the balloon payment. The second company tried to sell us a balloon payment. I'm like, you won't get me twice on the same thing. So I ended up going back and forth to different ones, and I got, I bought a trailer, a land home deal, and the last one, we held out. I held out till we got what we want. So, because a lot of people didn't understand that flexible rate, I think what they call it. So, with the housing, when that bubble burst with all of these loans and people losing their houses, it didn't affect me and my husband. So, and 12 years later, we're still here. So, with that said, what I see now is what I saw then. And I realized I lived through two of these, what I'm calling a money grab. And I call it a money grab because everybody is getting billions and billions of dollars in payouts, bailouts, funds to whatever. And I don't even think they need it. I think it's just a money grab. But who are the people that are being hurt again? Working people, as well as working millionaires, because there are millionaires that if they don't work every day, like regular working people who are not millionaires, they lose everything they got too. Like a lot of millionaires did in 2008. Working millionaires is what I call it. Then you had the regular working class, like my husband. So the banks again are being bailed out. Other companies, they're being bailed out. I think those say they're small businesses that qualify. Then you had certain small businesses that won't be getting a dime because they are not eligible based on the standards that they have put in place for small businesses, such as 50 or more people. Then you have the farmer. It's just this is like 2008. It was a mortgage bubble. This here is a pharmaceutical bubble. So that burst, and it burst through this thing called COVID-19, which I don't think COVID-19 crashed the medical world. It's just a pandemic that's out there making people sick, and because people are being sick and don't want to get, because it's a pandemic, therefore you got to crash everything. And I heard one person on YouTube call it a what did they call it? Pandemic. Yeah, it's a pandemic. Anyway, I kind of lost that thought. But anyway, the pharmaceutical companies, I guess, the hospitals are catching it. So I can't really see who in this medical world is being paid out, but it's because it's right now it's vague right now. So because those working in these hospitals, they're catching it. They're getting sick. They get sick, then they gotta go home. They can't feed their families with all of this. So with the COVID-19, it's being used to crash the economy the way it crashed in 2008. But it's not the COVID-19 that's actually crashing the economy. It's the fact that people have to stay home. Don't go anywhere. Businesses are being forced to close. Forced to close what they're calling non-essential businesses. Therefore, people are being forced to find other ways of making money, taking care of their family, and they're very creative. So I know people looking for the black community to be the hardest hit economically, but you can't hard hit crash a community that's already been hard hit and crashed for the last 400 and some years. Those that are actually in that position, and then you have those that have built themselves up, and then their life come crashing back down with those who a recession is a recession. You don't really have money anyway. You struggling figuring out how to survive, eat anyway. But the thing about it is, I'm just seeing this as a money grab. These people with money are just grabbing trillions and trillions of dollars being paid and claiming based on minimum wage working class people will be getting this amount of money. Now they're extending it to September. I'm like, okay, you're getting paid like this while everybody is getting paid. Working class people sitting here waiting. I think they say they got up to like 10 million people that's filed for unemployment. And you got to go online and all that. And you really can't get it filed, can't get it through. I know because I have a son that filed for it and they just catching it, trying to get it to go through. As well as I heard some on YouTube saying the struggles they'll have filing for unemployment, actually getting it. But I don't see too many people starving because of it. Because the world is still working. It's just that the world that we are used to is not working. It's being dismantled. It's being dismantled behind the COVID pandemic that's global. And they keep preaching that it's going to get worse. It's a Pearl Harbor moment. I wasn't born during Pearl Harbor, so I don't even know what a Pearl Harbor moment feels like. Because I didn't live through it. And my parents may have lived through it, but they didn't tell me nothing. They didn't tell me nothing about it, so I don't even know what it was like. And then they mentioned something like, they're already comparing it to the 2018. Even, not 2008. And even with 2008, I was there, but I'm not feeling the 2008. Probably because so many people had already lost everything in 2008 that they don't have anything to lose now. But the fact that they're saying, well, you don't have to pay your rent, they can't cut your lights off, your water off, and all of that. I pay all my bills. All my bills are being paid as we go through this thing, because 90 days from now, how are you going to come up with 3 months of rent, water? Like, well, these people going to want their money, or they're going to have to go to loss of it. And the fact that a lot of these renters, landlords, and whatever, like the water, light bill, they go, even though they're not getting a bailout. Now, the water company probably getting bailout, light company probably getting bailouts. But landlords, I don't think they're getting a bailout. So, with all that said, I was just thinking, and it came to my mind that this is this economic situation we're in behind this COVID-19 seems to me a money grab, because everybody at a certain level is getting bailed out in the billions. And they say, like, I think they say 2008 was like 4 trillion. They say, I forgot that guy name I was watching that. He says it's going to be double that. So it's going to be 8 trillion. So the bank's getting paid out again. The banks got paid in 2008. They didn't loan to small businesses. So small businesses went out of business. So the bank's getting trillions again. Are they going to bail out the small businesses? Or are they going to just sit on the money and not loan it? Because I did hear something about, before I can loan the money, they have to have more instruction from the government. Come on. So, I see some small businesses, those who are, I guess, 50 employees and up, probably get bailed out. But those that are less than 50s, I don't see that happening. But anyway, that's it for this video, and I will see you on another video. And bye. Cover up the camera.